to Discovery Center. You can go there and they'll take care of the children. And they have beautiful classes on music, philosophy, so many shloka competition, so many nice things. So please go there. I also like to introduce His Grace Nanda Prabhu is here. Nanda Prabhu, he came from Vrindavan. He served many years in Atlanta. So we'd like to really welcome him by chanting on time Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are actually requesting him back to stay back and do some more seva here. But he has a plan to travel a little bit, then maybe come back. But we are very happy that he's here back. And he took care of the needy for many, many years. Dedicated his service here. I'm sure Prabhu is very pleased, Guru Parampara is very pleased with this service. Thank you very much for coming in. So now we have Goparaj Prabhu. Goparaj Prabhu is the direct disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Sai Maharaj. And he's been serving this Atlanta community, or Iskcon Atlanta community for many, many years, especially in this temple. He was a board member for the temple, and he's still serving many ways. And he gives a very beautiful class every Friday. If you come here every Friday evening from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, there is a beautiful Bhagavad Gita lecture. From 7 to 8 o'clock. Beautiful Bhagavad Gita lecture in the evening. He gives every Friday. So if you're here, please come. And then Goparaj also, he's been a member of this community for many, many years. And I think, what is yours?
84.
84.
Since 1984.
What is the subject?
It's going to be a process of devotional service.
Oh, very beautiful. Process of devotional. Today is going to speak about process of devotional service. We are all doing devotional service, but there is a process how you can do this devotional service to Krishna and Guru. So that is what is going to speak. And after this Sunday lecture is over, we'll have mini arati and we'll honor the Sunday feast sponsor, and then we'll have more announcement. And there is a nice prasadam arranged for you all. There are devotees who are cooking. They have made a beautiful feast, and almost 16 items they are making. So you can have wonderful prasadam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Virani Gopi Jalabhava Girivardhari Jaya So welcome again, everybody, to the Sunday Love Feast, started by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, many years ago, 1968, 67, and up till this very day, all around the world now, people celebrate the Sunday Feast program because they get to celebrate and understand more about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Savakaya Chakshuramitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stavitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Drati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuta Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadhana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvaitam Pariyana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sadhana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Scha Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kriva Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we will be starting from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Most of you, many of you should be familiar with Chaitanya Charitamrita. 18 volumes that Srila Prabhupada insisted that devotees publish in practically a 3-month time period, which at the time they said impossible. And Srila Prabhupada made the famous statement, devotees repeat always, that is, impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary. So for Krishna, nothing is impossible. And we can just imagine back in the late 60s and early 70s when this was happening, we did not have all the amenities we have nowadays, especially in the area of electronic devices, cell phones. Printing was even much different in those days, but now we have a different opportunity. Nevertheless, the devotees under Srila Prabhupada's instruction were able to complete these 18 volumes. They're super important. I can't emphasize how important. Just believe that they're very, very important. This Chaitanya Charitamrita, the nectar of the living force in immortality. That's the translation. So we will start with text 1. We're going to read a few verses from this chapter. It's entitled The Process of Devotional Service. I don't want this in the way. This is the Majja Lila, chapter 22. So we start with text 1. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Text number 1. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Tam Karunarnavam Kalavakti Ati Godeyam Bhaktiryena Prakashita Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Tam Karunarnavam Kalavapiyati Godeyam Bhaktiryena Prakashita Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Tam Karunarnavam Kalavapiyati Godeyam Bhaktiryena Prakashita. Someone would like to chant that sloka? Don't be shy. Don't be bashful.
Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Tam Karunarnavam Kalavapiyati Godeyam Bhaktiryena Prakashita.
Anyone else? So, we'll read the translation by Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is an ocean of transcendental mercy. And although the subject matter of Bhakti Yoga is very confidential, he has nonetheless manifested it so nicely, even in this age of Kali, the age of quarrel. So this is a very special subject matter. Actually, very few people are privileged to it. Not out of arrogance, not because they're locked out, simply because they don't want it. That's the bottom line. Very few people are interested in finding what is the absolute truth. Very few people. Ask your friends and neighbors, do you want to know what is the absolute truth? Do you know why you should pursue the absolute truth? Very few people in this age of Kali. But Lord Chaitanya made it possible for anyone to gain this knowledge. Text 2. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ita kahilun sambandha tattvera vichara Veda Shastre Upadeshe Krishna Ekashara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have described one's relationship with Krishna in various ways. This is the subject matter of all the Vedas. Krishna is the center of all activities. So in a very short, unique way, he's explaining to us what is that essence. And that is our relationship with Krishna. Who is Krishna? He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we all have a unique relationship with Krishna. And that is what we have to awaken. That is what we have to focus on. It's actually what we have to do. He says it's the subject matter of all the Vedas. So Srila Prabhupada very kindly has given us the essence of all the Vedas, especially for this Kali Yuga. If you study and if you make comparative analysis, one will arrive at the conclusion that this volume here, these 12 cantos, are the essence of all knowledge. Not because I'm saying so, because anyone can profess anything, but it has to be backed up. In this particular case, we're fortunate to hear from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's telling us the subject matter of all the Vedas. In this day and age, we don't have time to study all the Vedas. We actually don't even have access to a lot of them. So it would be very difficult. But if we did have that amount of time, we'd still arrive at this conclusion that Krishna is the center and that we have to serve him. Ebe kahi shuna abedaya lakshan yaha haite pai Krishna Krishna premadan. Now I shall speak about the characteristics of devotional service by which one can attain the shelter of Krishna and his loving transcendental service. So he's going to categorically explain what we need to do, what's important for us to do, to actually perform devotional service. Krishna Bhakti Abhideya Sarva Shastrikai Ataiva Muni Gana Kariyache Nishchaya. A human being's activities should be centered only on devotional service to Lord Krishna. That is the verdict of all Vedic literatures, and all saintly people have firmly concluded this. So again, this is a snapshot, but it's very clear what he's talking about. A human being's activities should be centered only on devotional service to Lord Krishna. So we can reflect on our daily activities And we can see it's a yardstick to measure how much we're doing for Krishna. If I would measure my own, I doubt if you could even read the measurement, because the mind and activities are always diverted to something else. But it should be centered on service to Krishna. Shrutir mata Krishna dashiti bhavad aradhana vidim yatha matur vanishmitir apitata bhakti bhagini puranadya yeva sajja nivastetat anuga atha satyam yatam murahara bhavam eva sharanam. Translation. When the mother Vedas, the Shrutis, is questioned as to whom to worship, she says that you are the only Lord and worshipable object. Similarly, the corollaries of the Shruti Shastra, the Smriti Shastra, give the same instruction, just like sisters. The Puranas, which are like brothers, follow in the footsteps of their mother. O enemy of the demon Mura, the conclusion is that you are the only shelter. Now I have understood this truth. So one of the unique things about studying the Vedas, it's a very balanced understanding as what is the absolute truth. No other scripture, to my knowledge, can verify itself based on another scripture. The Vedas are the only scriptures that have different corollaries and histories to back up what they're saying. And these corollaries and histories actually also come from Krishna himself. So that is the singular difference between other approaches and what is this most authoritative approach. In this little purport, Srila Prabhupada just says, this quotation is from the Vedic literature that was spoken to the Lord by great sages. I'll read one more text here, and we're going to skip. Advaya Jnana Tattva Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Swarupa Shakti Rupe Tanra Haya Ashvatam. Krishna is the non-dual absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead. Although he is one, he maintains different personal expansions and energies for his pastimes. Again, Krishna is the non-dual absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead. Although he is one, he maintains different personal expansions and energies for his pastimes. Such a wonderful definition of who is God. We can say, yes, I know God. God is great. And that becomes the limit of our expression. But how is God great? Who is God? That's what we want to get to the heart of. So here this statement is very emphatic. Krishna is the non-dual absolute truth. So Srila Prabhupada has said in other places, the absolute truth is a person, personality, the supreme personality. Just like we are actually all persons. We all have personalities. We all have things that we like, things that we don't like, activities that we do, activities that we have no interest in. So God, what is he, just sitting somewhere lofty up in the heavens, waiting for us to pray to him, give me this, give me that? No, that's not God's main interest. Even though he oversees all of those activities, if you make a prayer, ultimately it's aimed at God. But he has his servants and energies to take care of such trivial things. So this non-dual, what does non-dual mean? I mean, you can't split it. Krishna is the non-dual absolute truth. There's no one else beside him. He is supreme. If you say, what about so-and-so? Who would like to give me a so-and-so, an example? Well, there aren't any really. Because if you compare Krishna to anyone else, it's a fallacy. It's not true. Krishna is the non-dual, absolute, supreme personality of Godhead. This is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. What is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srila Prabhupada worked so diligently on translating that. But the very title of the book gives us a clue. What is the Srimad Bhagavatam in English is like the beautiful science of the absolute truth. Srimad, the beautiful science of the absolute truth. And who is that absolute truth? Again, Krishna. And who is Krishna? For those that don't know, he's standing on our very far right altar with his divine consort, Srimati Radharani. And of course, in the West, there would be an objection raised. You mean you worship idols, right? Who would agree that this is an idol? Is this an idol? Who can give me the definition of an idol? What is an idol? Come on, people. Work with me here.
Something you make up.
Something that...
You personally make up. It has no divine revelation.
Correct. That's it. It's not complicated. If you make something, some little object, and put it on a shelf and decide you're going to worship, that's idol worship. If you go even to a collective building and they have put on an altar, a shelf or something they have contrived, that is an idol. So the very next question, I hear it bubbling in your minds. Well, that's what you just did. You have some form here and put it on the altar. No, that's not what happened. There's a authorized transcendental description of the supreme truth. That description is standing before us playing his flute. That is the non-dual Krishna. If one thinks, and one can think that this is something made out of marble or carved out of brass, initially those elements come from this particular planet. But who manifests the planets? How did the planet get here? Oh, it just happened. There was a big bang, right? First there was nothing, and then there was a big bang. How many accept that theory? I don't see too many hands. Because to have such a singularity does not offer any explanation. That there was nothing, and all of a sudden there was an explosion, and everything spread out, and slowly, from somewhere, we can't explain where, but organisms got together and started to form singular cells. And these singular cells eventually, as Mr. Darwin would have us believe, they decided to migrate to different places and develop different things. Anyone in kindergarten, anyone in nursery school should question that. Because it's so infantile. It's a puerile explanation. Unfortunately, that modern science is spinning on that as we speak. They accept it. Great scientists accept such things. Why? Srila Prabhupada would often say it's because they have a poor fund of knowledge. And that's the truth. They have a poor fund of knowledge. They're thinking by this empiric method, the empiric method of exploring things from the bottom, hopefully to get to the top, they're going to find out what's in space, what's here, what's there, what's in the body, everything through empirical examination. We're going to get there. We don't have the answer today, but hold on, stay with us, we're going to get the answer. Srila Prabhupada dismissed this type of research because it will never get to the absolute truth. The absolute truth, how can we get to the absolute truth? Can we get there by our own endeavor? Can one actually just start today and say, I'm going to find God. I'm going to find God, who He is, who she is, what it is, by my own endeavor. I'm going to circle the planet. If necessary, I'll go to other planets. Well, unfortunately, we've been doing this birth after birth. We've all been doing it to some degree. But we've been doing it backwards, upside down, because we're thinking by satisfying our own senses, our own desires, even if that desire is to find God, to meet God, if there's such a being, I can do it. Well, we're proof that no, it doesn't happen that way. To reach that non-dual absolute truth has to come from the Source Himself. That is the only way it can be reached. If He sees us plundering through this immense darkness, these wormholes of the material world, searching, He might send someone our way to give us a glimmer of what that absolute truth is. In this little purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the Lord has many potencies, and He is non-different from all potencies, because the potencies and the potent cannot be separated, they are identical. Krishna is described as the source of all potencies, and He is also identified with the external potency. That's the material energy. Krishna also has internal potencies, or spiritual potencies, which are always engaged in His personal service. His internal potency is different from His external potency. Krishna's internal potency and Krishna Himself, who is the potent, are always identical. So if we try to dive into this, the meaning of this little purport, we can understand that God has many energies, actually unlimited. He's not limited like we are. Our energies are always limited. We use our energies through the five senses we have been given. Sight, hearing, taste, touch, and mind. So we're always looking for something. Always want to hear something nice and sweet. Always want to taste some nice food stuff. And the tactile senses, touching. Always want to engage them. And with those very same senses, we're thinking we can explore the entire universe. But we have to keep in mind each one of those senses are very limited. So the idea that you can make a perfect telescope that can see in outer space is actually not correct. Why? Because you yourself can't see properly. I can't. I have to wear these glasses. Be lost without. But we're dependent. So a scientist, getting to the point, a scientist or a group of scientists think we can build something with enough magnification that we can send it out on a spaceship and it can send back information to us. When the very apparatus itself is limited, is subject to breakdown and give inaccurate information. Just like our very eyes can give inaccurate information. Srila Prabhupada used the example of a rope laying in the corner and it's a snake. We go to fetch the rope and we pick up a cobra. Bad business. You're in bad trouble right there. You don't want to pick up a cobra. But because we have faulty sight, it could happen. But we rely on this and we're thinking, show me God. I don't believe in God. Show me God. So again, through arrogance, the very eyes, coupled with the mentality, thinks that they can see God. Show me God. Who are you to see God? What's your qualification? You have no qualification to see God. What have you been doing all your life? So you're thinking, well, now show me God. I don't believe. It's nonsense. Show me God. First of all, what's your qualification to see God? And you'll see everyone hesitate, looking in their pockets, trying to find something. It must be on my iPhone somewhere here. I'm qualified to do this and do that. No. You have no qualification to do it. Another little example, maybe you'll get the point more. Like right now, if you wanted to go see President Biden, or if you wanted to go visit Prince Charles, what's your qualification? Are they going to let you in the facility? I want to speak with Mr. Biden. I want to speak, I got something to talk to the Prince about. What's your qualification? The Prince is there, Biden is there, personalities is there, but you can't access them. What to speak, you're going to be so challenging, so arrogant. Show me God. I don't believe there's God. In a nutshell, what's a belief? Srila Prabhupada said, a belief is something that can be changed. You can believe in Catholicism today. You're Catholic. And next week you decide you want to be Buddhist. Sounds better. Better activities. So you can believe so many things. But belief is not the criteria. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas Krishnera Tatasta Shakti Beda Beda Prakash. Our constitutional position is to serve Krishna. So we're going to skip a little bit here and we're going on to text number 17. Before I move on, just right now, does anyone have a question so far about what I'm trying to say? Any question about something? Or something not clear? Yes, Prabhu.
Diving further into Prabhupada's analogy that, you can't see God because, just like you can't see the president, the way you're able to see, feel the influence that the president is there is through all of the actions and systems that are set up. You see the police, you know what the laws are. So if you break the laws, the police will come in. Similarly, if you put your hand on a fire, you can see that you get burned. Right? And so, from that, following that analogy, is it possible to deduce the laws that Krishna has created simply through the laws of this material world?
You might get an inkling of it. You might get some clue about it. But still, you won't get to the absolute using that method. That methodology is a good example because we can see that there are very rigid laws in the universe, even in a state. In the universe, we see that people can't fly, you can't defy gravity. Yet, you can get on a plane and fly that way, but it's limited. So, these laws are in place throughout the universe. And so the implication, again, is that there's a lawmaker. You can't just say that there's the law of gravity. Law implies a lawmaker. You can't separate the two. To just have a law out there for whom? For what? For why? No, we just have laws. they always relate. I guess to a point mentioned in Bhagavad Gita very nicely, understanding the knower, the process of knowing, and then the object of knowledge. The knower, knowing, and knowledge. All three of those. When you separate them out and try to approach independently, it won't work. It's limited. You can get so far, but it's limited. The observer, observing something, and the object of your observation. Very important cohesion there. If you try to separate it out and say, well, I want to eliminate the observer, myself, there's no distance between me and the candle. I'm just going to stare at the candle and reflect on this in a deep yoga trance. It can't be done. Because there's still the observer, there's still the process of observation, and there's still the object. So it cannot be done. So looking at these laws, and a person through analogy thinking that they can arrive at the absolute without the aid of the absolute, approaching someone who's connected with the absolute, is not possible.
That's what the yogis tried to do in previous yugas. They meditated for tens of thousands of years until Krishna eventually stepped in and helped them.
Till Krishna?
So Krishna eventually stepped in and helped them.
All right, we're gonna. Was there another question?
I agree with what he said.
You agree with what he said? And
Like he said, the yogis, they, like he was saying, the yogis disciplined themselves to the point where transcendental knowledge came into them, and they were able to do what you just said is impossible. So I agree with you.
you agree that you can
Through discipline, yes.
discipline yourself to the point where you get transcendental knowledge.
Yes.
Yes, we have to be disciplined because you have to follow the rules and regulations. One has to follow the rules and regulations. But one has to also inquire, what is the source? Where did it all come from? And who is that source? So if your goal is this discipline and regulation and different activities, what is that actual goal that you're trying to reach? The activity themselves, to be able to sit perhaps in a lotus position for 2 or 3 days, control the prana or the breathing through the body, and is that the goal? In other words, is it the goal to be able to do that? Like some yogis, even in this very day, they might pierce a knife right through their arm and be able to control the blood flow and their breathing. But what's the goal? That's your goal in life? To be able to put a knife through your arm? Does that please Krishna that you're so disciplined that you can actually control the blood flow? What's the goal? What's the point? To impress maybe some other living entities, but there's no ultimate value. Because even though that ability to do that comes from Krishna, he himself is not pleased with that activity. He himself is performing unlimitedly wonderful activities every second of the so-called day. That's what we want to find out about and try to enter into that type of activity. Whereas opposed to here on our planetary system, it's I, me, and mine. We want to get away from that approach. So going on with this understanding, what is the process? Text number 17. Krishna Bhakti Haya Avideya Pradhana Bhakti Mukta Nirikshaka Karma Yoga Jnana. Devotional service to Krishna is the chief function of the living entity. There are different methods for the liberation of the conditioned soul: karma, jnana, yoga, and bhakti. But all the others are dependent on bhakti. Bhakti means actually devotion. So you can perform karmic activities in the correct way: karma, akarma, vikarma. You can search through jnana, thinking you can expand your mind so much. And again, as we were just talking, through yoga, through actually controlling the physical self, and then that internal process, the breathing, to such a degree. But they all depend on bhakti. Bhakti is the leader. Moving to text 18. E sava sadanira ati tucha bala Krishna bhakti vinataha tite narapala. Without devotional service, all other methods for spiritual self-realization are weak and insignificant. Unless one comes to the devotional service of Lord Krishna, jnana and yoga cannot give the desired results. Purport. In the Vedic scriptures, stress is sometimes given to fruitive activity, speculative knowledge, and mystic yoga system. Although people are inclined to practice these processes, they cannot attain the desired result without being touched by Krishna Bhakti, devotional service. In other words, the real desired result is to invoke dormant love for Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 126, Savai Pumsham Baro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radhoksaje Aratukya Prati Hata Yayatma Suprati Dati. Quote, the supreme occupational dharma for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. A mega verse, excuse my colloquialism, but it's a mega verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, super importance. The supreme occupation. We have so many occupations, so many professions. But what is the supreme occupation, dharma, for all of humanity? Well, it's that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. Who is not looking for satisfaction? Who does not want to be satisfied? We try so many things to be satisfied, but it never seems to work out to the state that we want it. Srila Prabhupada says, karma, jnana, and yoga cannot actually awaken love of Godhead. One has to take to the Lord's devotional service. And the more one is inclined to devotional service, the more he loses interest in other so-called achievements. Dhruva Maharaj went to practice mystic yoga to see the Lord personally, face to face. But when he developed an interest in devotional service, he saw that he was not being benefited by karma, jnana, and yoga. So, this summarizes what we've been trying to say, that there's only one way to really see that non-dual, supreme, absolute personality of Godhead. We can attempt it through other ways, but it won't give us the satisfaction of actually reaching the goal. And in anything, even in material world, if you have some goal and you don't reach it, do you feel satisfied? I have it all planned out where I'm gonna save up X amount of dollars, and in the next 9 to 10 months, I'll be able to get the car of my dreams. I have it all planned out. 10 months go by, 12 months, 2 more years, you still don't have the dream. You even practically forgot about it. It's not satisfying. And in such circumstances, one usually develops some other goal. I couldn't get that car, but let me work on this. We're all looking for some satisfaction, and it never seems to work out. So these are very deep fields to actually understand karma and how to do karmic activities. Karma is not just action and reaction. That's the basic definition, my karma. It is to some degree action and reaction, but the actions themselves are categorized. You can have actions in the mode of goodness, you can have actions in the mode of passion, and you can have actions in the mode of ignorance. So if you're thinking, if you take something in the mode of ignorance, I need $10,000 tomorrow, so I'll just go up here to Bank America and, with my pistol and take it. That's action in the mode of ignorance. It's not going to give you the result you actually wanted. You wanted to use that money for something, but even if you manage to pull off the robbery, you're going to get caught. There's going to be consequences. And so it is with all these situations that they're not, ultimately they're going to prove not to be the satisfaction we're looking for. So to obtain that supreme absolute truth, the supreme absolute personality of Godhead Himself. In English, Srila Prabhupada devised this terminology, the supreme personality of Godhead. What do we mean by that? We mean the supreme person. He has a personality. He has characteristics that He likes, activities that He does. So the supreme personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal. To reach that goal requires discipline, requires one to surrender. Surrender to whom? To John on the street, Joe on the street? No. You have to search out who is a bona fide guru. We've heard the term guru. Nowadays it's popular to even say guru of this and that. So-and-so is a guru on Wall Street. He can earn you so much money. What's the use? You need to search out a real guru. What does guru mean? One definition given is heavy. The other is one who can point, one who can show the way. Show the way where? To the supreme absolute truth. That's the guru we have to search out. So, as we've seen reading through this text, we cannot do it on our own. And Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, as well as Srimad Bhagavatam, has told us we need to find a guru. The guru can take us there. Just like if we want to get to some place and we hire a proper guide, he'll get you right to the location. Otherwise, to attempt it on our own through arrogance, through ignorance, one can endeavor like that birth after birth and not reach the goal. So we have to stop at this point. Any question on this?
It says that Dhruva Maharaj went to practice mystic yoga, but when he developed an interest in devotional service, he saw that he wasn't being benefited by karma or jnana. So, at what point within the story did Dhruva Maharaj actually develop that interest? Because originally he wanted his father's kingdom. So, where did he develop that interest?
Well, when he was given the opportunity, he had done this very difficult austerity. He was, of course, in this day and age, you won't find any age able to do that. But he was a young boy, and he went out into the forest to try and find the Supreme, because he wanted, his goal at that time was to get a kingdom bigger than his grandfather's. He wanted it all, because he'd been so harshly insulted by his stepmother. So that's what he wanted to achieve. When he achieved that, in other words, he was going to be given that benediction, that's when he had the realization, that's useless. At that point, he had the realization when he was going to be given that benediction by the Supreme Lord. Of course, he had to take a benediction anyway. Confirmation. Confirmation. He had to take a benediction anyway, but that's when he realized that just to have some big kingdom, even if it was a whole planet, that's insignificant compared to what I've just seen. Just to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's when Dhruva came to that realization. There's some other examples in the Bhagavatam where devotees realize that what they're after is, if it was something in this world, it's very limited.
He also had his Guru's mercy in our doings. Dhruva Maharaj, he also had his Guru's mercy from Narada Muni.
Yeah, Narada Muni is such a prominent figure in the Bhagavatam. He has instructed many of the different beings that we come in contact with in the Bhagavatam because of his special connection with Krishna. Any other questions? Yes.
For people who have never heard Hare Krishna or have heard little but not a whole lot, what would you recommend them as the first step to get better understanding and understand how the stories can be relevant to what they're doing in life?
Nice question. Well, the recommended way is associating with devotees and studying the Bhagavad Gita. The first book recommended is the Srila Prabhupada's translation. I should be emphatic on that because there are over 400 or 500 translations of Bhagavad Gita from Sanskrit to English and other languages. Bhagavad Gita as it is was translated by Srila Prabhupada himself. And in it, he shows very clearly what Krishna desires from us, the living entities, and how we can obtain that goal. So for a new person coming to the temple, getting to know some devotees, and reading Bhagavad Gita, and of course asking questions on any point you don't clearly see. That's a good question. Does that help you? Of course, these 18 volumes are one of my favorite. It's called the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not a book you can read overnight. There are 18 volumes, 18,000 verses in that book. And Srila Prabhupada practically gives a purport or an explanation after most every verse so that we clearly understand it. So you can very systematically take volume 1 and start reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Very unique. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Let's give a round of applause for Goparaj for the wonderful class and Devotional Service. So, we'll request His Grace Nandanam Prabhu to speak a few words. Before that, I'd just like to mention, anyone is here come for the first time to this temple here? Okay, where you all from? Atlanta?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Let's give a round of applause for this wonderful. Anyone else here for the first time coming? So request, if you don't have a copy of Bhagavad Gita, it's a special book, and you can go in the table and get it, grab a Bhagavad Gita before you leave. And we have also wonderful prasadam food. You can get prasadam also.
What you said, prasadam?
Prasadam.
Prasadam.
Yes.
Prasadam.
Prasadam means the food which is sanctified, which is offered to the Lord.
Prasadam.
Yes. Prasadam. So I like to bring it down. So I like to introduce, I just introduced before also. So Nandana Prabhu, he has come back from India and he's been serving in this temple for many, many years. Over 12 years he served in this temple. So he's traveling few places, then he'll come back again. And we're requesting him to stay back and do some seva here again. So we are praying for him to stay back. But the devotees and the community of Atlanta, Iskcon Hare Krishna devotees, they have recognized over the years his service and dedication to Srila Prabhupada and his movement. So we are very, very thankful that he has come. And actually he was staying in Vrindavan. And he was doing everyday parikrama to Govardhan Shila. This Govardhan mountain is a 14 miles long mountain. And he used to do everyday parikrama to that holy mountain. Govardhan is not different from Krishna. And he spent some time in Mayapur. So now he has come here, he's going to go to New Orleans and a few other places. So let us, it is said, it's very nice to hear from the sadhu. Sadhu means a devotee of the Lord. Because these devotees, they are traveling and preaching and taking Krishna all over. So if we hear the topics of Krishna from them, then what happens? All the unwanted material desire which is seated in the heart and rooted in the heart for many, many lifetimes, that will be nullified. So that's why hearing from the devotees, especially from the lips of the devotees, is very, very important. That's why Prabhupada wrote in the Krishna book that the same pastimes of Lord Krishna, you can hear from Mayavadis, you can hear from the professional reciter. But if you hear from them, you will not develop the resolute devotional service to Krishna. But if you hear from the devotees of Krishna, pure devotees of Krishna, you are sure to develop pure bhakti to Krishna, and especially the last will go away. So that is what Prabhupada is recommending. So we are very thankful and we are very grateful that Nanda Prabhu has come back. So we want to hear a few words from him, then we'll have mini arati, and we'll also Sunday sponsor there coming on the way, and then we'll have prasadam. There's wonderful prasadam there. Please, everybody leave. Do not leave without taking prasadam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I'm fortunate I came back to Atlanta after 3.5 years. But Srila Prabhupada Marsi, my Guru Maharaj, by the mercy of Radha Madan Mohan Gordita and Janadav Shodhra, I spent most of the time in Radhakund. You have about Govardhan mountain, not myself, so many devotees every day they are circling within 14 miles. Not one time, some devotees they do twice, morning and evening. Like Sanatana Goswami, he used to live in Vrindavan Madhavanan temple. They used to walk to Govardhan, another 14 miles. Then again, doing the parikrama, go back to Vrindavan. Like every day, 63 miles. That by the mercy of Lord Krishna, he got the Shila. They would do this parikrama every day, because you are old now, you are going to do it every day. He said, I like to leave my body here. The Krishna personally put his footprint on the stone over the mountain. And he told Sanatana Goswami, please do this Shila every day 4 times, then it will be same as Giri Govardhan. You can see that Govardhan Shila in Vrindavan Radha temple. Where Srila Prabhupada used to live, they are 4 years, 5 years I think, before come to USA. The Prabhupada has nothing there actually. I was there field month in 1987. Now there is a lot of facility. Nice temple is very nice, organized very nicely, but when Prabhupada was to live there, by his good friend, Goparaj Goswami. That's nothing. I was there because I know. Even no water supply inside the building, Prabhupada used to go outside. For the hand pump, he used to get the water. That he used to cook himself, he used to write books, he used to see the Samadhi of Rupa Goswami. By the mercy of Radha Damodar, Prabhupada's life was success. By his Gurudev mercy, he traveled in the age of 70 all over the world. With the mercy of Sri Damodar, Radha Damodar, Sri Saranam Shila of Giriraj, and by his spiritual master. So if you go now in Vrindavan, you will see every day how many people are doing the Giriraj Parikrama. One devotee is told that those who are living in Radhakund, they are crazy. They are crazy. Those who are real crazy, they do Giriraj Parikrama every day, 3 times. But sometimes, some little crazy, they go to Radhakund, live there. And those who are most crazy, they don't come from there, they live there. Because there is a special doctor, one lady doctor there. And she said that, stay here, don't go. But some people go, then come back. But they are little sick. But those who are really sick, they stay in Radhakund, they go anywhere. They dedicate their life to Radhakund, serve the Giriraj, serve Radha Krishna, they are back of Radhakund. Like Sanatana Goswami, he used to live there. Then Raghunath Goswami, he left his body over there. So if you go to Vrindavan, you will see. If you go there, if you attach to Radhakund, attach to Giriraj, you don't want to come back to this country. Hare Krishna. Hare
Krishna. Thank you very much, Nandan Prabhu, for coming here. So, it is very wonderful what he spoke. Who knows where is Radhakund? Where is Radhakund? It's in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the place where Krishna has his pastimes. There is Vrindavan, there is Govardhan, there is Varshana. Varshana is the place where Radharani, Srimati Radharani appeared. So these are all special holy places. They are very, very important. If you go to India, then we highly recommend that you visit these places. You will feel the presence of Krishna in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is so charmed with this spiritual potency. So Vrindavan is there 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years Krishna came, and still the same Vrindavan is there. But there are many people are there, every year they go there. And nowadays I am hearing that every day there are so many thousands of people going there to visit and take the blessings of Krishna and taking bath in Jamuna. This is a wonderful place of Prabhupada. He said to the governing body commission of our Iskcon, is the highest managing authority, governing body. Prabhupada recommended that every year devotees from the USA, from Europe, from South America, from Australia, they should go there and visit this place, Vrindavan and Mayapur. So every year we have Mayapur festival and Vrindavan festival during the time of month of March. And we see there are thousands of people, devotees come from all around the world to celebrate the holy festival or the birthday of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then they go to Vrindavan, they do parikrama, they hear about Krishna. So these are all wonderful opportunities for us to highlight ourselves or to advance in spiritual life. If you go there, automatically you advance. But you have to take a chance to hear from the devotees also about Krishna. So Prabhupada also said that all the temples that we see around the world that he has built, these are also holy tirthas. So if you come here, so this is also you get blessings of Krishna, you get to associate with devotees, you get to hear about Krishna. All these are good opportunities. Am I ready? So Prabhupada also created Sunday feast. Prabhupada created Sunday feast so that in a whole week you work Monday through Friday you work, Saturday, Sunday you're off. So Sunday, Prabhupada thought we have a Sunday feast, and people can come here, you have day off, you come here and use your valuable time in a most valuable way by serving Krishna, by associating devotees, by honoring prasadam, and by hearing about Krishna. So these are all good opportunities. So please take the advantage. If you don't have Prabhupada books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or there are many other literatures like Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, Science of Self-Realization, you can get those books and study them. It can take years and years to finish the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. There are 18,000 verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And you can read throughout your life the Srimad Bhagavatam, still you will feel more and more to read. Because you feel as you read more, and you like to read more and more, and you get more spiritually charming and you feel more spiritually potent by hearing and by reading Srimad Bhagavatam. If you cannot do collectively, at least do individual. Do individual. Do it in your home. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that become his devotee, become Manmana Bhagavad, become his devotee, then offer something to Krishna like a glass of water or a leaf, and this way you become a devotee. Or you can offer your obeisances every day. That way also you become a devotee. It's very easy to do it. You just have to make up your mind that no, that from today onwards I'm going to I'm going to offer my obeisance to Krishna, or I'm going to offer a glass of water to Krishna, or I'm going to offer a flower to Krishna. And if you can do much more, that's great. If you can offer some food stuff to Krishna after cooking, that will be great. Krishna will honor that prasadam. So this way we can have, you'll see that there is a big difference between your now the maintaining your life and after becoming a devotee of Krishna. There is a big difference. You will feel happy and your senses and the mind, they will be controlled by serving Krishna. You honor prasadam, that way you can control your senses. You see Krishna through your eyes, this way you control your eye vision. With your mind, you think about Krishna, you control the mind. And then with your hands you serve Krishna. You can control the touch. And in this smell, and people like to smell good perfumes, but you can smell the flowers which you offer to Krishna. And this way your smelling habit of good thing will be controlled. So this way you can use all your senses in the service of Krishna, and then you can be purified from the material existence. And you really like it, you'll really love it, devotional service to Krishna. Goparaj Prabhu just spoke the whole series of class about engaging in devotional service. So devotional service is very, very important. There are so many ways to serve. Some people think, oh, if I serve, or if I build a hospital, or if I feed the poor people, that's a great service. But actual great service is to engage yourself in devotional service to Krishna. And devotional service, there are 9 processes. The 9 processes are Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Bandhanam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Padasevanam, Atmanivedanam. These are all 9 processes of devotional service. But in this age, hearing and chanting is more important than any other ones. So that's why we highly recommend that whenever you come to the temple, you get to hear about Krishna. Hear about Krishna and chant the holy name of Krishna. Because by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, this unwanted qualism of this age, you can get free from that. So that's why chanting Hare Krishna mantra is very, very important in this age. We recommend that everyone to chant Hare Krishna mantra. Anytime you get, you chant Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So these 16 syllable names of Krishna, if you chant every day, I'm sure that you will develop pure love for Krishna. Only process is that when you chant, it should be harder. It should be from the core of your heart, and try to avoid the offenses. Then you're sure to get love for Krishna. So chanting Hare Krishna mantra is very, very important. Prabhupada gave us this process. All the Shastras, like Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, they are giving us this process that please chant Hare Krishna mantra. If you really want to love Krishna, if you really want to develop pure love for Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. There is no other way. In this age of Kali Yuga, if you practice reading all kinds of scriptures, Vedas and all that, you still will not be able to develop pure bhakti. Then, if you do all kinds of austerities, still you cannot develop pure bhakti. But if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you're sure to develop pure bhakti to Krishna. And if you satisfy Krishna, then everybody is satisfied. Just like Prabhupada gives the example of a tree. If you water the root of a tree, then automatically the branches and the leaves, they get nourishment. Similarly, if you water Krishna's lotus feet, automatically all the demigods, forefathers, everybody will be satisfied. So that's why Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna, when he came 500 years ago, they're here? Yeah. 500 years ago, that he recommended that without any caste and creed, no matter what dharma you follow, everybody is recommended to chant Hare Krishna mantra. So that's why we request everyone to chant Hare Krishna mantra, take Mahaprasad and associate with devotees and hear about Krishna as much as you can. In this way your life will become sublime. And you will go, in the end of this life, you go back home, back to God, to the kingdom of God. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So now we will request our Sunday sponsor, Aurora family, to come forward and do the arati. Raju and Aurora family, please. Garima, if you are here, please come and do the kirtan.
Hare
on the occasion of son's Ryan's birthday. And Ryan turns 4 years old. 4 years. So we're going to chant. We have two birthdays. We're going to chant first for Ryan. Did you get the name? Ryan. Can you repeat? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan. Happy birthday to you. Now everyone please raise your hand and tilt towards the small Ryan. Bless him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. So now is the time to cut the cake. When you chant 3 times Hari Bol, and they cut the cake. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Okay? So, Raju and Aurora family, they are sponsoring the Sunday feast for their son's birthday, Ryan. Not only that, Raju family, they do a lot of seva to this temple, and we are very proud and happy that they are continuously doing so many service during the different festival time. And I remember our temple president, Prabhu, he was mentioning that how Raju family, over the years, how they have been dedicating themselves for different festivals. They come with their whole family and they cook. They bring all the groceries, they cook and they serve. It's a nice way to serve the Vaishnavas and get their blessings. So we're very happy. Let's chant one time Hare Krishna for this wonderful family. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. You want to say something, Raju?
Next birthday for
You want to say something?
Hare Krishna everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm just taking blessings for Ryan, so Lord Krishna show him the right path of the life. Thank you.
So now we have another birthday. His name is Arish Aurora. We'll just chant Arish. Can you get the name? Arish. So we chant happy birthday to Arish. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Arish. Happy birthday to you. Now take your hand towards him and we chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we chant 3 times Hari Bol and you cut the kite. Why do you cut it? Okay, cut again. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hare Krishna. So, Arish, he turns 24. Hari Bol! It's a very nice way to celebrate birthday in the temple, from the deities, from the presence of all the devotees. You get so much blessings. So if you want to do some birthday for your sons or your daughter, you can come and see me, or you can contact me, you can contact the temple. We have every Sunday a beautiful program, and we take so many sponsorship for the Sunday feast. And this way you can serve so many Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. I'm not going to take so much time because we are running late. So we just had a stall here outside, book table. So Sudama Prabhu, Mangala Mataji, and there's also devotee who came from China. They all got together and they distributed some of the books here. So Prabhupada was very happy to see devotees going out and distributing his books. So they have done 3 Bhagavad Gita, 2 Bhagavad Gita small, and 3 Journey of Self-Discovery, 4 Signs of Self-Realization, and 5 Life Comes from Life. So let's give a round of applause for these devotees. Jai Shri Goparaj, Chancellor of Book Distribution, Ki. Now please keep a little silent. We have a few announcements. We're going to let you go within another few minutes. So you can paste in these dates that I'm mentioning. There's nice festivals coming up. So if you're interested, please come for those festivals. On 12th October, Saturday, is Ramchandra Vijay Utsav, the Ramchandra's victory. So devotees and they follow in their own way, but temple will not have much to do, but we'll do some kirtan and all that. But on 13th, Sundays, Vashankush Ekadashi, and we'll have Ekadashi Kirtan from 6 to 8 p.m. That's on 13th October. That's Sunday, that means we'll have Sunday feast, and along with that there will be Kirtan, there will be lecture, and then there will be Maha feast, Ekadashi feast for everyone. And then on 17th October, Thursday, Damodar months begin. That means Damodar Leela, the pastimes of Damodar Leela take place on 17th October and it will go on until 15th November. So if any devotees wants to hold home program, you can come and see me and you can give your name and phone number and we'll try to arrange some program for your home. It can be done during the daytime or also in the evening. And then on this month, we are fasting from eating of urud dal. No urud dal for 1 month. From 17th to 15th November, do not take urud dal. Now the fasting is going for milk. We are not taking milk for 1 month. Still going on. And then on the 31st October, Thursday, is Deepavali, festival of Deepdan. So temple will have, they'll offer lamps, candles. We can come and we can do some kirtan and we'll have prasad. That's Thursday. And it will take place in the evening also. And then on 2nd November, Saturday, is Govardhan Puja, the worship of holy Govardhan Hill. So remember that day, is 2nd November. And then on 5th November, is Prabhupada, Iskcon founder Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. So remember those dates and you can pencil those dates. So you can come, you can take off from your work and you can come. Most of this program will take place in the evening from 6 to 8 p.m. And then on 20th, 21st and 22nd is our annual International Kirtan Mela Festival. Kirtan Mela. If you don't know what is Kirtan Mela, how many of you know what is Kirtan Mela? Only few only. Only one, I see only one hand. Okay. So I'll just give a little explanation. Kirtan Mela we do every year. It is a festival of Kirtan. That means we don't do anything else. We just chant and we honor prasadam. That means there will be 12-hour Kirtan in the temple for Saturday, Sunday. 21st, 22nd, there will be 12-hour Kirtan from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. There will be Kirtan. Saturday and Sunday, both days. And there will be also prasadam. Throughout the day, there will be prasadam service going on. So we need many help for this festival. So if you want to help anyway for cutting vegetables, or if you want to help anyway, you want to do it for Kirtan Festival, you can give your names outside, or you can give your names to Lakshman Prabhu, and he will engage you. And then Also, for Damodar month, there is a special book called Damodar. This is a special book written by His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. So during the month of Damodar, we request the devotees to read this book. There's so many nice pastimes about Damodar Leela. Very beautiful book. Generally, temple give them for $15 donation, but during this month, we'll only give it for $10 donation. So if you want to get this book, you can come and see me outside the book table. And then, for Kirtan Mela, we have so many seva opportunities. Generally, any festival, if you want to accommodate, then we need manpower, we need money, we need help, all kinds of help from the devotees, from the congregation. So this seva opportunity is given to everyone, whether in kind, whether you can give in kind, or you can come and personally do some seva, or you can help by staying outside, being a well-wisher of these festivals. So there are many seva opportunities. So I'll just go read this through in snaps way quickly. And if you want to do any seva, you can take this form and you can come and submit on later on to me. So there is flower garland for the three altars. For the three altars, there is Radha, Madan Mohan, Gaunitai, Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. So each deity garlands for 3 days is going to cost us $901. So that means you can also give an installment, or you can give only for once the deities, is $301. So if you want to do any sponsorship for the flower garland, there's anyone who wants to sponsor flower garland for the deities? You can raise your hand or you can come and sing later. And then there is also altar decoration, that is also $900. Then temple decoration is $1,500. And they will have a beautiful decoration for 3 days. It's costing $1,500. And then we have prasadam for like dinner, breakfast and lunch. So dinner is costing us $1,001 for Friday. And then there is also breakfast on Saturday, that is $751. Lunch prasadam $1,001. Then dinner prasadam is $2,001 on Saturday. Then on Sunday there is a breakfast over 200 people. That is $751. And then there is a lunch prasadam for over 500 people. That is $2,001 on Sunday. And then Sunday there is a dinner for almost 650 people, $2,501. And then there is a stage. Then there is a Kirtaniya Seva. We are inviting so many Kirtanas from different parts of the world, from North America, from South America, from India, from Europe, from Australia. So many devotees are coming. Canada. So many devotees are coming to do one, and they are all talented Kirtaniyas. Talented Kirtaniyas. They can do hours and hours Kirtan. Their only Seva to go around the world and do Kirtans. So they are coming here, once in a year they come here and they do Kirtan. And I am sure devotees take great advantage of this festival. And they are so happy. We see everybody dancing, chanting. They are so happy to have this Kirtan. So we request the devotees, please help this festival any way you can, whatever way you can. Or even if you cannot help by giving donations, but at least you can come and help by volunteering, or you can help so many other ways also. There are devotees require homes. We have to accommodate so many devotees in different homes, so you can help in that also. And then we have to bring the devotees. We need shuttle service for the devotees to bring them here for the Kirtan. All this help can be done by different devotees. So if you want to help anyway, please come and see me, or you can see Iskcon prabhu. So thank you very much for today. That's all. Thank you for being patient. I know it's running a little late, but there's a wonderful prasadam waiting for you all outside. Please do not leave without taking prasadam. And I think we actually over-exceeded. We thought there were more people coming. So if you want to take some prasad home, you are most welcome to take it. So come for the final darshan, and then the prasad will serve outside. Thank you. Hare Krishna.